What's up guys, Lifting here. In this video I'm going to share my opinion on the Ranger's Ascendancy class, the Raider, and why I think it's amazing for both melee and ranged attack classes. The subclass branches off in 3 different directions, each providing their own unique bonus. The first one is focused around buffing your character via frenzy charges, which we all know is already very powerful by themselves, and then it adds a little evasion as you go. The first Keystone way of the poacher grants a 10% chance to gain a frenzy charge on kill and 10% increased attack speed. And by choosing this, it obviously means that you're now able to generate frenzy charges, and this means you don't have to build around getting enough life regeneration in order to sustain blood rage, you don't have to run the suboptimal blood dance boots anymore, and you can now switch out your frenzy charge attack setup and use something else if that was how you previously gained the charges. So it frees up a lot of options by doing this. And if your build relies heavily on the use of frenzy charges, you will in many cases probably also want to pick up Avatar of the Slaughter. And this one doesn't require too much explanation, but keep in mind that some builds with the right unique items can get up to 10 frenzy charges, and if paired with Avatar of the Slaughter, that is needless to say a pretty significant boost to your movement and attack speed and attack damage. So yeah, what we're seeing here is that frenzy charge, which are already really powerful, is getting even more powerful. The middle range offers the Raider some significant buffs while facing. This basically increases the movement speed, allowing her to pass through monsters and makes her harder to detect while facing is active. And the first Keystone Quartz Infusion grants a 6% chance to dodge and a 20% chance to gain facing on kill. And not only is 6% chance to dodge very efficient for a single point, but the 20% chance to face on kill is a pretty high proc chance, and because of that it will happen very frequently. And if you then pair that with Avatar of the Veil, you'll benefit from an additional 20% increased movement speed, become immune to status ailments, and gain 10% chance to dodge spells, all while facing. Imagine this together with the Acrobatics Keystone and having a high amount of evasion already. This will provide you with a pretty strong defense for your character. And keep in mind that you can use the Quartz Flask or the Face Run skill by itself to activate facing, thus also granting you these bonuses when facing doesn't proc off Quartz Infusion or your kills. The third range is by far my favorite. It's focused around the ability of granting your character the Onslaught buff, which increases attack, cast and movement speed by 20%. The first Keystone Rapid Assault is what makes it possible for the Raider to obtain the Onslaught buff without having to use certain unique or picking up the Axe Notable Slaughter. And with this there's a 20% chance of you proccing Onslaught every time you kill something, which needless to say is going to happen very often. Now, that by itself is of course nice, but what makes it really powerful is the Avatar of the Chase Keystone. Not only is it going to increase the duration of Onslaught, it will also, on top of the attack speed, movement speed and cast speed, now grant you more damage and a much higher chance to evade melee and projectile attacks while Onslaught is active. And note here how the chance to evade for both projectiles and melee is a more multiplier, thus making it very effective and much more powerful than if it were to say increased. Personally, I can see myself grabbing Rapid Assault, Avatar of the Chase, and either Way of the Poacher or Quartz Infusion for lots of my Ranger builds. Try to imagine a Tornado Shot, Reeve or Lightning Arrow build with these buffs. It's pretty fucking insane. You could of course also go crit with the Shadow Ascendancy classes, but I found that I had a hard time getting enough life if I were to go Shadow, but that's of course a possibility as well if you're going crit, but I believe these can easily be used with any crit build as well and provide some significant damage and defensive bonuses. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, I just wanted to share my opinion on the Raider subclass with you guys. Let me know which of the Ranger subclasses is your favorite. Subscribe for more Path of Exile Ascendancy content. Thank you for watching, and bros, do you even nerd?